Hi, I'm Glenn. This is Dave. We're the NC Beer Guys. We promote NC Craft Beer online at ncbeerguys.com. We do these videos to introduce you to the great variety of beer that's available across the state, and we've got a really special one for you today.
Oh yeah.
Coming the whole way from the Outer Banks. We are drinking today the Outer Banks Brewing Station Briny-Deep Oyster Porter. I knew it was an oyster stout, but it's an oyster porter.
Yeah, it's different.
Described as a rich, robust porter, racked to a secondary tank with brine, made from local crab slough, S-L-O-U-G-H.
Oh, okay.
Oysters, and coming in at 7.3% ABV.
That's good.
Outer Banks Brewing Station is located at 600 South Croatan Hwy in Kill Devil Hills. The Outer Banks Brewing Station restaurant and brewery began as a concept in 1992, while the founders, Eric Reese and Aubrey Davis, were Peace Corps volunteers, alongside Tina McKenzie in Thailand. Aubrey had grown up spending summers at his grandparents' place on the Outer Banks and felt it was the perfect place to start a brew pub. The Outer Banks Brewing Station is now a staple in the OBX restaurant landscape. Scott Meyer, the brewmeister at OBX, says he likes, quote, to think of our pub brewery as the kitchen rather than the factory. I never stop experimenting. Every brew is the result of the culmination of everything I've learned about brewing to date. Some of the way a jazz musician approaches music.
That's cool.
So OBX also says, Outer Banks Watermen can tell a great deal from which way the wind blows. Do indeed oysters estevate? For if not, surely we do while we wait. And when at least a northerly blast blows, puts the chill upon the shoals where oysters await their fate. It's time to go oystering, mate. A little poem there, did you catch that? You're too busy opening my beer.
That's right.
A porter is in order. Briny-Deep, strong as sleep. Scottish Golden Promise Malt. Is smoked with alder and seaweed. A whiff of sea tang, tangled with the Northwoods smoke, comes through nice in the brew. Now for the oysters, we gather them up as much as our pots will hold, cover them with water, boil them up, and make a stew.
Yeah.
Which we gallantly add to our brew.
That's what I'm talking about.
They say
perfect pour. I mean, literally perfect pour. Perfect.
And a perfect beer in the glass.
Look at that.
Very nice.
Nice and dark.
Nice substantial head there with some good lacing.
Doesn't smell like sea. The sea.
No brine coming across.
No.
I don't know, maybe.
Ooh. That's different.
Very different.
Yeah.
Very different. There's some saltiness there, I think.
I was just about to say salty, but I wasn't sure. Because, you know, like regular salt versus sea salt versus briny.
Right.
Would be, you know, kind of different. And I always look for, you know, when we hear about all the oyster stouts that we thought we were going to have, I want to taste some brininess. I want to have that, you know, deliver me, you said oyster, I want oyster. And not even oyster, it's oyster. So here...
These are Eastern North Carolina oysters, not oysters.
No, oysters.
Whatever you said.
It's oysters. Oysters.
Oysters.
Oysters.
No, they're not oysters.
You can't even say it.
I can't speak.
Can't speak Yankee.
But I love the flavor behind this. Whether that's the mix of the oyster stew, the slop that's coming through with the porter, and the smokiness. Now, you're not a smoked beer fan.
Right.
But there's a little smokiness coming through. Do you think? You don't get smoke?
I don't get smoke. I'd like to have smoke. But to me, it's just different porter. It doesn't have, it's a little bit smoother than I expect, which is nice. That's what it sets it apart right away. And just have it's that little briny flavor that's in there. Which it delivers on what it says.
But so unique. So unique.
Right.
It's one of only 3 beers that they bottle out of OBX, although we understand that it may change in the future. They may bottle more of their great selections.
Yeah, but then you have to get them.
And you have to get them, and they're not widely available across the state. You really kind of need yet.
Yeah, you never know.
That's right.
Like all the other breweries, that yes, you stick with your area, and you want to grow naturally, and you want to make sure quality over quantity and things like that. Well, but eventually it'll happen.
And they, of course, struggle with the demands of the restaurant and the brew pub, which is fantastic food. They say we can't wait to get down there and try the food.
Yep.
But they've got those demands. It's on the brewery, brew production, the restaurant, and then the seasonal nature. And they're wrapped up from this time of the year until the fall sometime.
And just knowing that they're in Kill Devil Hills.
That's right. It's pretty amazing. So we think we found a really unique beer that if you do see it somewhere, or particularly if you get down on the Outer Banks this summer, make sure you go up and make a visit now and try some of their other great beers.
Tell them we said hi.
That's right. Dave and Glenn sent you.
That's right.
So we're drinking the Outer Banks Briny-Deep Oyster Porter, which we think is excellent.
Yes.
This is Dave and Glenn reminding you until next time, drink local and keep your beer dollars in North Carolina.